subscribe our channel. Stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. I, 24 male, have a feeling something ain't right with my girlfriend, 22 female, of 2 months. Lovely girl. Beautiful, smart, well-spoken. 2 months in, known her for 10. But I'm starting to notice certain things in her behavior and I don't know if I'm overreacting. We had a few disagreements here and there, but this one took the toll and I'm not sure if I'm being overly dramatic or if it's time to shut the case and run. We had a tiny argument about who said what when planning something for this weekend. I realize I may have gotten a little cocky throughout it, and she was being equally argumentative. So I try to de-escalate saying hey, no biggie, just a misunderstanding, to her is human. So far so good. I then tell her I was saddened by the fact that we had an argument that easily, and that I'd want to find ways of avoiding that. We start talking about ways to potentially avoid these in the future. One thing I mentioned is that I find wittiness counterproductive when having an argument, which she says I've already pointed out earlier this week. In retrospect, that is true. She then says that's who I am and that annoys you, ha ha ha. I say, well, wittiness has its own place in some discussions, but can come across as arrogant in this context, imo. She then proceeds to make the argument that me saying that is essentially the equivalent of pointing out things I didn't like about her. By the end of the 2-hour ordeal, she says that she appreciates my likes and dislikes, and that she's happy not to do it if it makes me uncomfortable, but in the same breath said something along the lines of you literally sat me down and told me to stop being witty as I was doing it and you told me about how unproductive it is. I keep telling her that she shouldn't take my boundaries personally, that it's not the same thing as me saying I don't like her, just that I have pet peeves. She just wouldn't let it go, and said that's essentially the same thing. Am I going in the wrong? Did I come across as an asshole by saying that? Please be honest. Edit, added relationship length at top. I dunno. I use humor to de-escalate tensions, so I may not have an unbiased perspective, but why is it that you get to set the rules for your arguments on your own? Not setting any rules. Just wanted her to know that I can find that disrespectful in the wrong setting. Sounds like a distinction without a difference. I think I see what you're saying. I genuinely don't want to be a hard ass and I see how saying this can seem like that. I just don't respond well to certain things because I'm a little socially awkward, so I sometimes misinterpret wittiness for people having a dig. Thanks for your reply, it really helped. Dude, these other commenters are weird. When a couple argues it should be us versus problem, not me versus you. Wittiness in arguments, as I'm interpreting, is essentially passive-aggressiveness / one-upmanship done as a joke. That's not okay. It just makes arguments frustrating and emotionally exhausting. Save jokes for when you're not in an angry mood. I think a better way to approach it would be, I don't mind your wittiness typically, but if we are arguing about something, I really want to stay serious and focus on the topic at hand. Diverging from the problem is really frustrating to me and makes me feel like I'm arguing against you, rather than trying to fix the problem. I need you to compromise with me on this because I'm feeling like you are ignoring my feelings. Congrats, you have discovered the hot crazy line. It's completely normal, every girl has a hot, crazy coordinate for you. Crazy doesn't mean actual mental issues. Just strong girly convictions that are completely irrelevant to you as a guy and stuff you wish she doesn't do, but she does anyway, plus stuff you really can't understand where they are coming from. If she is hotter than she is crazy, you're golden. If not, well, you'll soon want to get out. There are no girl on zero crazy axis, it's just guys in disguise. I, female 23, think my mom, female 65, and sister, female 34, have a crush on my boyfriend, male 26. I'm putting this here because I honestly have no idea where else to put this. I think my mom is histrionic / a narcissism runs in our family. Even though I'm anonymous, this is still incredibly hard to say. I'm so hurt and scared of bringing my boyfriend to family gatherings. I don't know how to deal with this. My mom constantly calls my boyfriend cute, which isn't weird, but because of her other behavior I am worried. She has left out old pictures of her when she was young and wearing a bikini, around the house when we have come over. It was on the fridge. She could tell I felt uncomfortable, and quickly covered it. But then, after another family gathering, I saw her show my boyfriend her more old pictures of herself. She did this while I went to the bathroom. This wouldn't normally be that weird, but when it all adds up it hurts. Once my family and my boyfriend went to a restaurant to watch my dad play in his band. My mom quickly told her friends about my boyfriend's ethnicity, because they grew up from a different country. My hometown is racist and anyone not white is rare. Quickly, she too began flirting with my boyfriend. She told him she liked his hair. And told him he was gorgeous. Like right in front of my face. My mom also chimed in about how cute my boyfriend was. I sat there quietly. My mom will put on makeup and effort to look good whenever my boyfriend comes over. She also has tried to act weird around him. Once, while we were all sitting on the floor, she played her legs out and would stretch her neck, like roll it back, and was speaking to him in a low tone. I feel horrified typing this, so I'm sorry if I'm not very descriptive. My sister also behaves weird. Whenever my boyfriend is around, my sister will kiss her fiancé in a very public way. It makes everyone uncomfortable. It's extremely awkward. She won't do it unless he is there. She has, however, been doing this for years beforehand. Even when I was young, and I think it had scarred me. What do I do? TLDR, I think my mom and sister have a crush on my boyfriend and IDK what to do about it. Edit, to the people WHO sent me creepy DMS about this. You are fucking disgusting. Those are very concerning behaviors. I suggest the following. First, speak to your boyfriend about it. Find out how he feels, what are his thoughts, and if he has any idea that can help you both solve this issue between yourselves. Independent if you two can brainstorm a solution, it's important to keep this communication between you two as you both are a couple, and should try to work your difficulties together. This will be a hard part. You need to ask your boyfriend if either your mother or sister have done some very improper acts to him when you're not around. He might be keeping some to himself in fear of causing a family falling, and he needs to know that you want to listen to it to support him and for both of you to come to solutions. You need to speak to your mom and ask her why she's spoiling him too much. Use that phrase instead of accusing her directly of the crush, otherwise she will get defensive instantly. If she asks you what do you mean? Just state that you noticed she is constantly complimenting him and giving him plenty of attention. You don't need to say exactly what actions she has done at first, since you need to know in more detail your mother's perspective. Once that is said, you should talk to your mom about boundaries. Explain to her that you are happy she likes him for you, again key, use those words and gauge her reaction, but that you would appreciate if she could keep certain boundaries because they're important to you. Try not to mention him with saying this is important to him too, because if not it's an easy roundabout for your mom to say how do you know? Try to keep the conversation focused on both of you, mother and daughter. If things don't work out, you might have to live with the possibility of having to avoid your mother when possible, and both of you, you and your boyfriend, soldier on. This is why it is crucial to first talk with your boyfriend about it to see if you are both on the same page. Regarding your sister, I'm not too sure what to think of that since you mentioned that she has been doing that for some time before you even met your boyfriend. That does warrant a sisterly talk, One where you can ask her why she likes to make a big show of kissing her fiancé. Again, try not to accuse. You need to know information, and accusations always puts people on the defensive. Right now you need information and to know where your partner stands in all this. Only with that will any type of solution appear for you. I hope you can find a way to solve this up. Stay safe. Thank you so much for your help. Your advice is extremely helpful, and it's relieving to hear that my feelings are valid regarding this. Thank you so much. I'd like to add to this solid piece of advice. Try to use I statements as much as possible. I have noticed X and it makes me feel Y. Never say you do X and it is Y and makes me feel Z, because as Amri has stated, it will make her go on the defense. That's really gross that your mom and sister have a crush on your boyfriend. That's very bad in your future. It can cause so much heartbreak now in your future life, future family. You need to talk to them. That's not right at all, and that isn't normal. Moms can say your partner is cute, but cute for you, not for themselves. You need to stand up to yourself, or this can ruin or might possibly be the love of your life. Thank you. It's been really hard to deal with. I texted my mom basically saying I feel uncomfortable whenever I bring my boyfriend, and won't be coming over for a while. Hopefully, she understands what I mean and stops. I hope she understands. It's just not fair to you and your relationship '*s/life. You don't deserve that. Your mom should want you to be comfortable enough to bring your BF and get along well. Thanks for listening so far. If story have update, we will post here. Like and subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.